telecast that film through our Gyandarshan channel on 20th of June, because 21st of June is the International Yoga Day. On 21st of June, we'll have a live program from the headquarters in the morning. But prelude to that and prior to that, there will be a film on Yoga Utsav celebration by all our regional centers, which will be telecast from EMPC on 20th evening, and there will be, of course, a repeat telecast of the program. So what I mean to say is that from the headquarters, we give a lot of importance and significance to this Yoga Utsav celebration across the country through various IGNOU platforms. And today, Pune Regional Center has joined this celebration, and they are organizing this program, and we are all live today. Friends, it is needless to say that yoga helps our mind, body, and soul. It gives a positive energy and positive vibration to us as a human being. Yoga is for the holistic perspective of both life and learning. And it is deeply rooted in our ancient Indian knowledge system. Like our Ayush system of medicine, our traditional Granthas, Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas and Mahabharata, our traditional architecture, culture, music, art, literature. Yoga is part and parcel of Indian ethos, Indian values, Indian tradition. And time has come to spread this Indian knowledge system among the people of the country and beyond our boundaries to other countries in the world. And that is the reason why the United Nations General Assembly has accepted unanimously to celebrate 21st of June as the International Yoga Day. And we are all joining hands under the banner of Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Education, all central universities, including IGNOU, because IGNOU is unique, having its regional centers across the country. So therefore, we avail that privilege and opportunity of organizing Yoga Utsav through our regional centers across the country to spread the message of spirituality, to spread the message of well-being, to spread the message of happiness, and to spread the message of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And with these objectives, this Yoga Day celebration is being done. I am extremely happy that the expert who is present today is an expert in naturopathy and yoga from a national institute in Pune. We can't get a better person than Madam. So on behalf of the IGNOU faculty, fraternity, IGNOU headquarters, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor and on my own behalf, I welcome you, Madam, and wish this program a grand success. Thank you very much.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion and explaining the importance of today's program and welcoming the chief guest from on behalf of the university. Thank you very much, sir, for gracing this occasion.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Kajal Gupta ji. She's a healthcare professional with 5 years of experience in clinical field and also as an academic. To her credit, she has a bachelor degree done in naturopathy and yogic science from Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore. She also has MSc. She has done an MSc degree in clinical psychology from Jain University, and she's twice awarded with fellowship from National Institute of Naturopathy, Pune, for her research activities related to yoga and natural sciences. She's a passionate educator and clinician specialized in naturopathy and acupuncture, nutrition, health, wellness, medical education, and counseling. She's an enthusiastic and imparted acupuncture as a therapy in combining and management of numerous health and disease conditions, especially infertility, mental health, and other lifestyle disorders. Dr. Kajal Gupta ji is working towards bringing change in unhealthy lifestyle to a better lifestyle and approach using the naturopathy, yoga, and energy medicine in all health seekers. With this, we invite her for today's speech, and we request our regional director to honor her with a bouquet.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible to all. So, on behalf of National Institute of Naturopathy, I thank Regional Center Pune from Indira Gandhi Open University, which is already an honor for me to be here as a guest speaker, as well as to place the people from different countries and from different regions. And as already they have mentioned that they have 56 regional centers, which I feel like it's already more than a states there in India. So basically we are actually covering with one session the whole country. So it's a pleasure for me. Prime Minister of India has started this International Day of Yoga on 21st June with a very positive mind and with a very positive thoughts behind his, the work what he is doing already for the country. So, the topic for today is yoga for daily life, and the very positive thing about that topic is that yoga is not only for one day in a year when the International Yoga Day is celebrated. So generally, most of the time, they know that 21st June is celebrated as the International Day of Yoga, so everybody will be feeling in the way that, okay, we need to celebrate it, right? But when we talk about yoga, it's about every day. It's about how the time you start, the time you wake up till the time you sleep. That's where yoga pitches, that's where yoga comes into the picture of your life. So yes, I was actually quite happy when I get to know about the topic for this webinar, or the topic for this meeting, that is yoga for daily life. So when we are talking about daily life in naturopathy or in Ayush medicine, we call it as Dinacharya. Dinacharya is just how exactly you spend your whole day and where and all you can make changes to do the lifestyle, make your lifestyle better as well as to make it more healthy. Now, when we are talking about importance of yoga in this perspective, that is how exactly it works in case of Dinacharya, or how exactly helps to make your life healthy. We have 8 limbs of yoga explained by Patanjali. We have a very beautiful explanation done by Patanjali based on 8 limbs of yoga, which is also known as Ashtanga Yoga. So it goes like it's yamas, niyamas, asanas, pranayamas, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So when we are doing a combination of these 8 limbs, we actually end up having a importance of yoga in our daily life. So let's talk about all these 8 limbs one by one so that we can understand it, like how exactly yoga is affecting. So when we talk about yamas, the very basic rule of yama is what not to do, or all the restrictions what is there in our body, or all the restrictions what we are supposed to do it so that our lifestyle has to be healthy. So in these yamas we have 5 restrictions which a human body is supposed to follow it so that the lifestyle can be healthy. The first one goes like ahimsa, which is non-violence. And when we talk about non-violence, as the first word I would say that whenever I hear non-violence comes is Mahatma Gandhi, because he was the only one who explained about how we can be popular or how we can get anything what we want with the principle of non-violence or ahimsa. Now, non-violence is not only the physical violence, or non-violence is not only that if I am hitting someone, or if in case I am saying the bad words to someone, or if in case I am saying I am doing anything which is not making the constructive principles of law in a better way. Even though non-violence also comes with your mind, non-violence also comes with your thoughts, non-violence also comes with your what exactly you are feeling about somebody else. Either about the other person, either about the situation, either about the organization, or either about anyone. So when we are talking about ahimsa, when we are talking about non-violence, so the first rule of following yoga in daily life is that you are supposed to follow the non-violence, or you are supposed to be with the positive thoughts, with the positive actions of your body. And the second yama goes as when we are talking about satya, which is also called as truthfulness. Now, we all are always question mark to ourselves that whether we are truthful to our work, whether we are truthful to ourselves, whether we are truthful to the society, whether we are truthful to the family, or whether we are truthful to the people to whom we know. So practicing truthfulness is one of the principles in everybody's life, which actually gives you a very positive way of making yourself healthier, making yourself good. Now when we come back to yamas, or when we are talking about satya, it is also about the work. It's also about your passion about your work. It's also about that how much you actually do the work with your completely truthfulness, also with your complete dedication. Before starting this session, I was talking with the regional director. He was also telling me that in Bhagavad Gita, there are many chapters where they have actually explained about the dedication towards work. So same thing when we are talking about yamas, it goes in the same way. So we have ahimsa, we have satya. This third yama comes as asteya. Asteya is we are not doing anything, or we are not keeping anything for tomorrow. That's called as procrastination, which we all do for one or the other reason, whether we are tired enough, whether we have done enough for today's work, or whether we are so much occupied with the work, or whether we are finding out this work is not prior at this time, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. So that is where Asya comes into the picture, that when the work is supposed to be done, it is supposed to be done. If the time of the work is today, I cannot do it tomorrow, or I am not supposed to do it tomorrow. Or if in case I am doing it today, I have to do it with full dedication. So generally what happens, if in case I don't want to do it, or if in case I have any number of reasons in my mind that I can do it tomorrow, I might not do it with my 100% of dedication. So Astya teaches you that whenever you are doing anything, do it with proper dedication. That's the third yama. When we are coming to fourth yama, that is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya simply means that you are using your senses, you are using your energy in a right direction, at a right time, for a right purpose. Brahmacharya word is it is also almost directly proportional to celibacy, which most of the people understand. But brahmacharya is not about only related with your sexual activity. Brahmacharya actually means that you are using your bodily energy, you are using your bodily capacity on a right path or on a right work. And it can be related to your profession, it can be related to your personal life, it also can be related to your mental health as well as social life. So whenever you're using your body energy to a right direction, to a right path, on a right time and a right perspective, so that's where it is known as brahmacharya. That is the fourth yama. And the last yama, which is the fifth yama, that is aparigraha. Aparigraha is non-greediness, which is very difficult in today's world, I would say. Anybody doing any work, whether it is personally or professionally or health-wise, there is always a greed behind it. And greed is not only about money, or greed is not only about that I might get something from it. Greed is also about that if I do this, I might get this. Or if I am doing this, I might get opportunity in future. Or if in case, like, there is always one reason behind our any work or any dedicated work what we are doing. So that is where it's one of the restriction what Patanjali explains, that we are supposed to be non-greed. Few works has to be done without any greed. If you are doing a help to someone, you should not seek for help in return. Or if I am doing a favor to someone, I am not expecting a favor in return. So when we are talking about yamas or when we are talking about yoga, it starts from the restrictions what we have, like what I just told you, these 5 mantras. That you are doing non-violence every day, every minute of your life, every second of your life. You are talking only truth, you are following only truth. When you are talking about work, you are doing it with dedication, you are not procrastinating it. When you are using your energy at the right path, at the right time, at the right perspective, as well as when you are doing your work with non-greediness. That is the very basic first step of journey of anyone towards yoga, which is called as yamas. Nowadays, yoga word is very used by everyone, and I would say obscure by everyone, because we all have so many types of yogas. It's like people are doing it for to look good, people are doing it for to look beautiful, people are doing it for mental health, people are using it for mental health but not getting mental health. So yoga word is just like that, used by everyone, but I would say that understood by very few. So the very first step when we are talking about yoga, that would be, according to Patanjali, that follow these yamas. Instead of directly following any physical postures or pranayamas or doing breathing exercises, that's not yoga. So if you are doing directly jumping into that, okay, I can do this particular asana for particular seconds and I can maintain it for particular seconds, is not yoga. And it is not only done at a particular timings or a few days in a year. It has to be done, it starts from yamas and it has to be practiced on every day in your life. The second step when we are talking about Ashtanga Yoga, they are niyamas. As a Sanskrit word means, niyamas are rules. And recently we had been to one of the center, there somebody explained very beautifully that there are 3 things: principles, laws and rules. Principles are not supposed to be changed. It is told by someone, it is given by nature, and it has to be followed in the same way. But then we human beings, as usual, we cannot follow what it is being told. So what we do, we make laws. Laws are not constant. Laws can be changed. It can be changed as per the human need. It can be changed as per the understanding of mine, of yours, of anyone else. But still we were not okay with that. So from laws, we made rules, which all the students say that it is meant to be broken, or it is meant to be not followed, or it is meant to be, if it is okay if I have broken one of the 2 rules because I am following the other 3. So this is how it goes, that nature gave you principle, your institution made laws, Students made rules and then broke them. The same thing goes with the nature, or same thing goes with the daily life also. That is what explained as niyamas or rules. Now, when we are talking about rules, again, it has to be followed. The first rule comes as shaucha, which means cleanliness. Now, as I said, as we talked about 5 different niyamas, there are 5 different niyamas. Now, when we are talking about shaucha, it simply means cleanliness not only of body or not only physical, also mental, also spiritual, also intellectual, which is the different aspects of health, what WHO has explained. So when we are talking about shaucha, not everybody understands that cleanliness has to be done only for physical body, or we say that we need to take bath twice because it is good for cleanliness. But nobody says that we need to think positive 100 times and lesser negative thoughts has to be there, because that is also comes under shaucha. That is also comes under cleanliness. Cleanliness of your negative thoughts from your mind, which I would say that it's the most difficult part to do right now or in today's world, because you can see the negative thing around you in a much more better way as compared to you see a positive thing. But it depends on you that how you clean your mind or how you clean your mentality so that you get only the positive thing, and then you follow the first niyama, which is short. Second niyama comes as santosh. Santosh, as we all know that santosh simply means that satisfaction, or I am okay with that. If I get this, I am satisfied here. But nowadays, if we see, the satisfaction level is gone too high that even though anything happens which is supposed to give you a happiness doesn't give you, or you always have a question mark behind it, is it enough? We don't know that we don't need anything to live, because nature is giving us everything, starting from the place, starting from food, starting from air, starting from sun, starting from all the basic needs. Your nature is providing you everything, but still we are not satisfied. Still in our mind something like, my future has to be secured, right? I have to have certain amount of money which needs to be for my kids, which needs to be for my parents, which needs to be for myself, which needs to be for my family or for my spouse, for anyone. Because satisfaction level what we have, it has been raised, or it has been rise enough, and we don't understand that we already have enough, or we have already provided enough. And the third niyama comes as tapas, and which I would say that in all the olden times, whenever somebody used to study or whenever somebody used to do any meditation, they used to say, "Jab tak tapasya nahi karoge, tab tak phal nahi milega." So now the tapasya was not only of that you need to think about God, you need to think about thoughtless, like you need to sit thoughtless. No, tapasya simply means that until unless you are not putting your effort 100%, that is known as tapas. So that is the third niyama of life. That if you need something to do, put your 100%. And that can be 100% from your side. It might not be 100% from the other side. Right? You might be giving your 100%, but you need to convey it in the same way. That this is my capacity, or this is my potential, and I have gone above my potential, and I have provided 100% of mine so that the work has to be done. Again, one more major rule of tapas is you cannot expect what you want at the end after tapas or after tapasya. Let's say if I say that after a certain years of my work, I need this much amount of money. Now, if I'm putting my tapasya in these many years, I cannot expect the same amount of money what I have expected. It might be less, it might be more. But the importance was, or important thing was what I have done in those many years, or what tapasya I have done to earn that. The goal is not about the destination where you are going. The goal is about how much effort you have put or how much tapasya you have done. Now, when we are talking about the last niyama, that comes Ishwar Pranidhana. Ishwar Pranidhana here Again, if we go with the Sanskrit word, Ishwar means God. Now, the God is not about the religion. I mean, it is not related to religion. God could be anyone to whom you can surrender or to whom you can think that you can, offer your gratitude. Now, when I talk about offering my gratitude, first thing it would be myself because I am doing it, right? I am putting the efforts or I am doing the tapasya. It would be my family, it would be my teachers, it would be my colleagues, it would be my boss, it would be anyone, or it would be any strange person walking on the road who has actually inspired me in one or the other way. That would be Ishwar Pranidhana, that you are giving your gratitude, you are surrendering yourself to someone, or you are saying thank you with your wholeheartedly to someone because they have somewhere inspired you or gave you enough that you can say thank you. But very rarely nowadays we do it. Always surrendering yourself to yourself also it's one of the major things because at the end, if your efforts are supposed to be, praised, start it from yourself. Start it from yourself, but do it only once you know that you have done your 100%. Don't put your 24% and then say that I have done enough and I'm praising myself. Okay, that we cannot do. So follow first 4 niyamas properly. Then you can do surrendering yourself to yourself because you know that you have done immense tapasya so that the gratitude can be given to yourself. So this is about yamas and niyamas, which are the 2 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga, or which are the 2 limbs of Patanjali, what he has explained. Now the third step comes as asanas, which we all are doing, right? Or which nowadays it's done by all whenever you are attending any yoga session or you are going in and doing any physical activity. They say, okay, this is known as this particular asana and this has to be done. But Patanjali explains it as asana has to be done. Asana simply means it's a one posture maintained for a particular period of time without moving, okay? And you are at the most ease and comfortable in that position. Even though if you are sitting normally, how many of us can sit without moving for a particular period of time, either on a chair or on a floor? After a few seconds, we all are like, okay, I need to move. I might get tingling sensation in my leg, I might get tingling sensation in my hand, or I might get so many of thoughts so I cannot sit quiet. That is where the asana pitching, or that is where the importance of asana comes. That asana simply means that you can sit at one posture for a particular period of time at ease without moving. So they say Ati Yoga Anishasana. So the one of the Patanjali saying is Ati Yoga Anishasana. It simply means that you are comfortable in any posture that will be called as asana, or that will be called as the third limb of Ashtanga Yoga, that is called as asana. Now, asana is not merely for your physical body. Yes, it actually has a many physiological effects, it has many spiritual effects to mental effects. So many effects are there of doing those asanas on your physical body, but it is not only confined to that your body will look good, your muscles will be, quite healthy, strengthened, you will get proper blood circulation, or in case you are getting, so much of toned muscles. No, asanas does not provide you anything which is only related with your physical health. Asana simply means that be comfortable. You have to, at the end, your breathing has to be normal. Most of us, when we are doing asana, most of us, when we are doing yoga, let's say if it is not either instructed properly or you are not doing it properly, let's say we are doing any asanas. In that case, a very important thing all the yoga instructors say is that at the end of the posture, you are supposed to maintain your normal breath. Right? But if you're not doing yoga on an everyday basis, maintaining a normal breath is not easy. Inhalation and exhalation. Breath means you are inhaling for a certain period of time and you are exhaling for a certain period of time. It means if you are maintaining that particular asana for let's say 30 seconds, so your 6 inhalation and exhalation has to be there. But most of us, what we do, we always think about that the posture has to be attained. The posture has to be maintained. Whenever your concentration moves from your breath to the maintenance of posture, automatically, biophysiologically, your breath has to be changed. Your breath will change. That will not be counted as asanas, or that will not be counted as practice of asanas. So anytime, whenever you are doing anything, put in so much of effort, and at the end, if your breath is not normal, or if in case at the end, if you are not breathing normally, that will not be counted as asanas. So that is the third limb of Ashtanga Yoga. The fourth limb comes as pranayamas. All of us are doing it. All of us starts from, when we are talking about pranayama, it is combination of two words, prana and yama. Right? Now yama we have already talked in the start. We have 5 different yamas. When we are talking about prana, it is about breath. What is about breathing? Or it is about the energy what is there inside your body. In traditional Chinese medicine, it is called as Qi or Kai. In naturopathy language, we call it vitality, or in yoga, we call it as prana. Now, prana simply means it's not only that you inhale certain amount of oxygen, process it, and exhale certain amount of carbon dioxide. Is not the prana what we talk about. Prana is actually an energy which is flowing inside your body since the time you start, since the time you take your first breath. Okay? So now, when a baby is born, when the baby comes out from the womb of a mother, the first thing a baby does is gasp for the air. That is where you are not viable unless you don't have prana. So the first thing a body does to become alive or to be alive, it's the gasping of the breath what you get once you come out of the womb of the mother. Right? So that is where the importance of prana comes. Now when we are breathing, when we are doing pranayamas, when we are concentrating on or being aware about our breathing, it is very important again that we are breathing slowly. Right? Now if we are again going back to a normal physiology, our respiratory rate in a minute is almost 16 to 19. So you inhale and exhale, that's one cycle, around 16 times to 19 times in 1 minute. Okay? And all of us are not aware of that. Like if right now if I'm speaking, or if all of you are listening to me, or all of you are sitting here, all of you are breathing like around 16 to 19 times in a minute. But let's say if I tell all of you to be concentrated on that 16 times of breath, or let's say that if I tell you that be aware about that 16 times of breathing what you're doing, you will actually count that each and every second of a minute till it complete over. All of us are doing it, right? Because right now what breathing I am doing, it is doing because I want to be alive. मैं जिंदा हूँ इसलिए सांस ले रही हूँ. But when I tell every one of us to be aware about the breath, right? That 1 minute looks like as if it's a very long period of time because we are not aware what we are doing. And that happens, most of the work what we do starting from the time we wake up till the time we sleep, that we do so many works and we are not aware about it. Right? So when we are talking about prana, when we are talking about energy, the first thing comes is be aware about you. Even if I am moving my hand right now, I have to be aware that I am moving my hand. If I have to move my leg, yes, I need to be aware that I am moving my leg. Just don't do it because we are supposed to do it, or just don't do it because we are bound to do it. Right? So the time you become aware of anything, right, that becomes more prominent, that becomes, I would say, more difficult to do it. So the same way, if, as I said, the normal breathing rate is 16 to 19, but if in case the same thing I tell you that you have to breathe only 4 times in a minute. Okay, which means you have to inhale and exhale for 15 seconds. So that in 1 minute you complete 4 breaths. Now, if you have to do one inhalation and one exhalation in 15 seconds, it simply means that for 7 seconds you just have to inhale. Right? I would say that thinking itself, we think whether the inhalation is possible for 7 seconds. Right? Like if I count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have to only inhale in this much time. And again I have to exhale for 8 seconds. Right? When I start observing that in 1 minute, if I have to breathe only for 4 rounds, where I was doing it for 16 times, automatically it becomes more difficult, automatically it becomes more aware as well as more prominent. So all of you have heard about tortoise, right, or turtle. We say that the most longest lifespan is within, or the most longest lifespan of any mammal or of any reptile, if you say, that is the turtle. And you know what all the yogis correlate with that? If human body is taking a breath 16 times a minute, a turtle does it only for 3 times a minute. And if in case the more slow you breathe, the more will be your lungs. It has been explained by collateral circulation in medical physiology. But otherwise, until unless you are not being aware about your breathing, until unless you are not being aware about your breaths, it is difficult for all of us to make sure that whether the whole body is getting oxygen enough or not. But in case if we are being aware about how much we breathe, how much we are exhaling, how many times I am doing it in a minute, obviously all the organs becomes more aware that whether they are getting proper oxygen or not. And also you will start listening to your body that you need more oxygen, or you need to breathe little bit more, or otherwise you need to exhale. Right? A body has a language to tell us what it needs, what it doesn't need. We are too busy to listen to it. So that is the 4th limb of Ashtanga Yoga. So Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayamas. Next comes Pratyahara. So when we are talking about Pratyahara, it simply means, again, as I told you, Pranayamas is combination of 2 words. Pratyahara is also combination of 2 words. Now, it's Pratya and Ahara. Ahara simply means food. Pratya means when we are putting restrictions or when we are controlling our senses towards food. Okay. Nowadays, if you tell anyone to do fasting, okay, the first question they would ask is, Madam, fasting mein kya kha sakte hain? It's very common question. Like you sit in a OPD for 45 minutes, you talk to that person, say that कि आपके लिए फास्टिंग बहुत जरूरी है, until unless आप नहीं करोगे आपका हेल्थ डिजीज आपका हेल्थ इशू ठीक नहीं हो सकता. They will agree. Obviously, 45 minutes उन्होंने आपकी बात सुनी है. They'll agree to it. The first question, as soon as we stop talking, the first question they ask, तो मैडम फिर फास्टिंग में क्या क्या खा सकते हैं? फास्टिंग करेंगे, what we can eat, right? Or else you get up, the first thing you think, what to eat in breakfast today, what to eat in lunch today, what to eat in dinner today, right? Food has become an addiction instead of a need of the human body. Right? Now, when we are talking about food, again, human body is very, mechanical system of machine. It's just like a machine. Now, whether your car any time asks for more fuel, how much it's needed until it's not becoming old. Right? Same thing goes with the body. But nowadays, what we do, since the time baby takes a birth, doesn't matter whether the baby needs it or not. Because mother thinks that baby needs, she keeps still. Right? बच्चा रो रहा है, अपने से भूख लगी होगी. Right? And खाना दे दो again, how much to give, when to give, what to give, it's completely a question mark. But the only solution of anything is food. Okay? That is what the 5th limb of Ashtanga Yoga is. That we have to put restrictions on ahara. We have to put restrictions on food, which is again, I would say, being a medical practitioner or being a naturopathic physician, that putting a restriction on anybody's food is a very difficult one, even for myself, including me, right? Because whenever you are stressed, you think about sweet. Right? Whenever you are angry, you think about anything which is salty or anything which is spicy. Whenever you are happy, again you think about the sweets, or otherwise you think about, let's say, a little bit of pungent taste or chocolate taste. So even our emotions are also connected with the taste of the food. It is very common, but if in case, as we are doing, or we are going towards the ultimate goal of human body, when we are practicing yoga, when we are talking about yoga, we are supposed to put restrictions on food. Now, when I'm telling about food or about putting restrictions, I'm not saying that stop eating it. It's not possible. Your body needs it, right? But we have to put restrictions only to the time how much it needs. Okay. Now here, when we are talking about, again, putting restrictions on food, we have two options. One is hunger, one is appetite. Okay. Which is very beautifully explained in naturopathy textbooks. Then what do you mean by hunger? What do you mean by appetite? Hunger simply means that what my body needs. Okay? Appetite means what my body wants. It's only one word difference. Needs and wants. So when I'm talking about what my body needs carbohydrates, my body needs proteins, my body needs fats, my body needs vitamins, minerals, and then you're talking about water, everything in a certain amount in every day, which is called as RDA, or we can call it as daily requirement of a human body as per their height, weight and age. Right? National Institute of Nutrition has given it very proper classification of that. If you are of this height, this age, this weight, you need this many carbohydrates, you need this many proteins. So that is where your hunger comes in, that how much your body needs. And hunger always there whenever at a particular period of time. Okay, let's say if you're eating 3 meals per day, you know that you're having breakfast at 9 o'clock, your body will tell you that body is hungry at 9. Then you are having a lunch by 1, your body will send you signal that you're hungry by 1 o'clock. You're eating your dinner by 7 or 8, your body will tell you that you're hungry by 7 or 8. But in between whatever we do, whether we are having tea, whether we are having snacks, whether we are having a small portion of food before the food, okay, that everything comes in appetite. That your body does not need it, but it wants it. You want it, you want to eat. Okay, all the cravings comes in appetite. Unless your stomach is not telling you that it needs something. Anything beyond that, if you are putting inside your gut, putting inside a digestive system, that will count as appetite. And when I'm talking about pratyahara, we have to put restrictions only on appetite, not on hunger. We are not putting restrictions what body needs. We are putting restrictions on what body wants. Okay? And Buddha says, a human body should not have any desire. And desire means food is also one of them. So whatever I wanted, that is my desire to have it. So we are supposed to put restrictions on pratyahara. We are supposed to put restrictions on food. And when I am talking about hunger and appetite, I also should talk about fasting. That any time when you are using any machine for a longer period of time without switching it off, it has more tendency to spoil even in the early age. Right? We all think that machine गर्म हो जाती है. Right? चाहे आप कोई लैपटॉप यूज कर रहे हो, चाहे वो आप जेरोक्स मशीन यूज कर रहे हो, चाहे वो आप अपना मोबाइल यूज कर रहे हो, all the machines, after a certain period of time, the temperature increases, which we all take indicator as now they need to be given rest, or now they need to be switched off. Right? Same thing goes with the human body. Keep putting in session. Starting from the morning I wake up, till the time I sleep. I have only one work if in case I'm not doing any physical and like office work, we keep eating. Now when I keep eating means I'm just putting the fuel, whether I'm working that much, right? If the same way, it's like if your Activa or your car has a capacity of some liters of petrol, we need only that much. And until unless it's not being used, you can just keep filling it. Right? Same goes with the human body. Until unless the whatever you are putting it in, until unless you are not using it, right? How it is possible for your human body that it should work in the same way? Because पुराना यूज नहीं हुआ, नया आ गया. जो एनर्जी है वो अभी नए को डाइजेस्ट करने के लिए चाहिए, पुराना वहीं पड़ा. Then we get diabetes, then we get hypertension, then we get constipation, then we get thyroidism. Now all these diseases with different names are actually only what is being there in the body which was not needed and we put it. Because that's why it is called as metabolic syndrome. That is why it is called as metabolic diseases. Right? When we are talking about metabolic diseases means metabolism, which is related with food. Right? So pratyahara simply means that we need to put restrictions on ahara or on food which body wants, not body needs. Okay? Next, we have 3 more steps, that is dharana, dhyan and samadhi. We will talk about dharana, dhyan and samadhi because dharana simply means that you are doing all the yamas, all 5 yamas. You are following all niyamas, you are doing physical activity or you are doing asanas, you are being aware about your breath, pranayamas, you are putting restrictions on your food. Okay? Next comes what? Now, हमने physical health के बारे में बात कर लिया, हमने respiratory health के बारे में बात कर लिया. Now we will talk about mental health as well as spiritual or intellectual health, where your dharana, dhyan and samadhi comes. Now, when we are talking about dharana and dhyana, both goes hands in hand. Dharana and dhyan means you're bringing everything, you're bringing all the thoughts, you're bringing complete mind at one particular point. Okay? Where you feel that, okay, now I have to focus on this particular goal. It can be goal of your life, it can be goal of in a long-term goal or in a short-term goal, when you are bringing your all the energies, when you are bringing all the thoughts at one particular time, that would be called as dhyana. Your preparation of the body to bring all the thoughts at one point would be your dharana. Dharana means I have thought about it to do it. That is my dharana. Okay, what I think. And dhyana means when I am actually concentrating only at that one point, where, or let's say only at one goal, what I have thought about. Right? That means dharana and dhyana. Now, when we are talking about, again, we talked about all the 7 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga. Last comes samadhi. Okay? Now, again, the word samadhi simply means leave your house, go to forest, Himalayas, sit in the under a tree, and then go to samadhi. Here we are talking about samadhi when we are in a complete thoughtless state. We are meditating, I would say, right? And we are not doing or having any attachment with the others. That's where samadhi comes. Okay? When you are not disturbed by any thought, when you are not disturbed by any act, when you are following your yamas, niyamas, your asanas, pranayamas, you have control on your senses, you have control on your food, you can easily bring your concentration to one goal, you can work on that goal, you can, put your complete concentration on that goal, then ultimate goal of your yoga is that you reach to a samadhi state where you don't need anything else. So these are the 8 limbs, what Patanjali has explained, which I would say that all of us are at the stage of yamas and niyamas. Right? I would not say that reaching till samadhi might get, I don't know, any number of years, But if we are doing at least yamas and niyamas are also from the complete this thing and the complete dedication, our work is done. The yoga for everyday life will be starting, or let's say that you will, just start the path of yoga. And please, it's not only mere celebration of one day, that's on 21st June. I would say that when you are thinking about yoga, think about yamas, think about niyamas. Start from the time you wake up till the time you sleep. And even in your sleep, you are not doing violence. You are supposed to be non-violent. That's the first yama which we all are supposed to practice. I would say that let's all join our hands to practice yoga starting from all the 8 limbs of the country what we have explained. And from ministry, the theme of this year yoga is yoga for humanity. Okay. So humanity simply means that yes, you are sympathizing and empathizing with other people by your act and by your mental thoughts as well as your physical actions towards them. So let's promote International Day of Yoga on a large scale. So I hope my words would, if in case all of you have understood 10% of them, I guess my work would have been done, because out of 8, 10 means at least half of the yamas are also understood. Then I guess the purpose of me coming here would be sufficient. Thank you so much. In case of any doubts, please.
Now the floor is open for interaction. Thank you, madam. If some question comes in, before that I would like to thank you. The wonderful explanation you have given for Asteya linking to office work. This is a real contribution from your side to all the employees. What is Asteya? And at the same time, you have told what is Brahmacharya. And 8 things you have explained in a very detailed manner, very simply, and linking to the daily life. That is what required actually. So far, in the series of Yoga Day celebrations, from different regional centers, we heard, we saw, we practiced. And today, we are in a better position to understand what are the 8 limbs and how they are linked with the daily life. This is what you have explained very well, madam. Thank you. Is there any person from the other regional centers or who is participating in this meeting, please? It seems you have explained so well that there is no person from anybody. Before I request my colleague, Dr. Rajiv Prasad, to come to, just as you have referred, what Gita I understood is, Gita is containing 18 chapters that we all know, which is ending, every chapter ending with Yoga Shabda, and it means it is all about yoga. And mainly it is divided into 3 parts, that is Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and the Karma Yoga. First 6 are called as the Jnana Shatkam, then second 6 chapters are called as the Bhakti Shatkam, and then Karma Shatkam. It means there are totally 3 things, Jnana, Bhakti, and Karma. And Bhagavan says, Yoga Karma says also, perfection in the work is the yoga. How the perfection comes? If you have the knowledge, that is jnana, about that work, and if you have bhakti, that is devotion toward the work, and then if you do the karma yoga, that is performance of your work with fullest devotion and dedication, it becomes perfect. This is all about yoga. This is what I understood about the Gita. And with this, it seems as there is no question from any of the participants. I would like to continue the program schedule to Dr. Rajan Prasad.
I thank PVC sir, Dr. Srikanth Mahapatra sir for being with us and to speak on the importance of yoga and encouraging us to conduct such programs at different regional centers. And we also thank Madam for wonderful information regarding the yoga and other related information that she gave. With this, I will be closing the session, and before closure, we request Mr. Anirudh Joshi to play the national anthem, and we rise to the national anthem.
जय गणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाने तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जय गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
हम इस प्रोग्राम को यहाँ पर समाप्त कर रहे हैं। हमें ये मौका देने के लिए यूनिवर्सिटी के सारे पदाधिकारियों को धन्यवाद अदा करते हैं और जितने भी डिजिटल सेंटर से स्टडी सेंटर से academics and coordinators, counselors and students are participating in this program. We thank all of them again. Thank you.